Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Maria, and on my channel I create videos around everything nursing. I also have a handful of lifestyle content. I am trying to get to 10,000 subscribers, so I'd really appreciate it if you guys subscribe to my channel, and also if you gave this video a like. Not only does it help the YouTube algorithm, it also tells YouTube that you guys would like to see more videos like this. So in this video, I'm going to be sharing a handful of things that I wish I knew before I started nursing school. I know that I've alluded to some of the points in my previous videos, but in this video, I'm really going to explain what it is by what I mean when I say, oh my gosh, I never knew this, I never expected this. One, because it's like, you know, something for me to do, and two, because I know it will be kind of like informative for you guys, so it'll help you guys prepare for nursing school if you're about to start, and it'll also help you prepare in terms of you deciding, I don't know, if you want to go forward with your nursing school journey. I do want to say that this is just my experience, so don't think that, oh my gosh, Maria experienced this and I'm definitely going to experience it, because I can tell you hands down some of the points that I'm going to share in this video I've actually shared with some of my nursing colleagues when I was a student nurse, and some of them agreed with some of the points that I made and some of them disagreed with some of the points that I made. As usual, this video is in partnership with www.nursingpersonalstatement.co.uk, so make sure you check that website out if you haven't done so already. The first thing, you guys have heard this before, the first thing I wish I knew about nursing school, or the first thing I did know, the first thing I wish I knew about nursing school was the fact that you only get 7 weeks annual leave a year. As a nursing student, as a midwifery student, I can only say nursing and midwifery, your timetable does not mirror the rest of the university. So you see when, you know, the other students have like a month off for Christmas and like a month off for Easter, and then they may get like 2 or 3 weeks off, 2 or 3 months off during the summer break. You don't get that. You get 7 weeks in total. I believe the exact breakdown for my annual leave, I believe it was 2 weeks at Christmas, 2 weeks at Easter, and I think it was like 4 weeks, 3 or 4 weeks over the summer, which was 7 weeks. And bear in mind that when it was the Christmas break and when it was the Easter break, I actually had essays due in, I had assessments due in. So even though it was an annual leave break, sometimes it really didn't feel like it. I wish I knew that you only got 7 weeks annual leave a year. Another point coming off that is that I never knew the nursing degree was so time consuming. Like, honestly guys, at my university it was split into block and placements. No, the placements and theory were block. So you'd have like 12 months of, not 12 months, you'd have like 12 weeks of placement, then you'd have 12 weeks of theory, 12 weeks of placement. That's what it seemed like on paper, but what it really was like, you'd have 12 months of placement and then you'd have like 3 or 4 essays or assessments due at the same time. So basically you're working full-time hours, and then you also have assessments due in, and then most of the time we'd also have like 1 day a week at uni, in addition to being at placement full-time and in addition to having our essays and assessments. And then you'd have like the theory block, which was like, I don't know, maybe 10 or 12 weeks of theory, where you were pretty much at uni at least 4 out of the 5 days. From what I remember, I was at uni 5 out of the 5 working days of the week, but I remember, I believe it was on a Tuesday or a Wednesday, we had a half day, just because that's just how the university was. I believe it was on a Monday or Tuesday. The rest of the uni didn't really have any sessions, but nursing students had maybe like a 1 or 2, maybe a 3 or 4 hour session on that day. So guys, like, you need to pattern your organization skills. Like, honestly guys, get yourself a paper diary. I think an electronic diary is better because you can see on whatever device has internet access. Make sure you organize yourself, because if I knew nursing school was going to be so busy, I would have like made sure I organized myself from the beginning. And if I'm honest, I do think I did a pretty good job, but I would have given myself more time to rest, because nursing school, the theory side, in addition to the placement, in addition to all your essays and assessments, in addition to you wanting to join the clubs and societies, it was a struggle. So make sure you set up your organization skills from day one, because if not, you will get left behind. I can think of, oh my gosh, let me tell you like a really crazy story, and this crazy story actually happened more than once. Another thing I wish I knew before starting nursing school was how hard it was and what type of hardness it was, because before I started nursing school, I knew it was going to be challenging. Now obviously you're going to university, it's going to be challenging. And I thought the hard part of it, I thought the really hard and the really challenging part of it, I thought it was going to come from the modules. Like, I thought the exams were going to be very hard. I thought the essays, the assessments, the presentations were going to be really hard. And don't get me wrong, they were challenging. Like, it was very challenging, but the hardness, like the thing that I really struggled with was the actual workload. It wasn't actually the nature of the exams, it wasn't the nature of the assessments that was hard. It was the fact that I had so many other things to do. I had so many other things in relation to uni going on. So it was a workload more than anything else. And obviously, if you've got so many things going on, it makes it hard to like concentrate on your essays or concentrate on placement, because at the back of your mind you're thinking, I've got this due in, I've got to do this, I've got to do this. It was a lot. Yeah, like I said at the beginning of the video, your experience might be different, but what I found was that it was the workload, and rather than the content of the exams or the essays, that I found really hard, really challenging to manage at times. Another thing I wish I knew before I started nursing school is that nurses and student nurses are hard as anything else. Like, they are hard as anything else. Oh my gosh. I don't want to say that I thought like nurses were soft and all of that stuff. Like, I knew like it was hard work, but personality trait, when you think of the word nurse, you think of caring, you think of loving, and yes, most nurses are that. They're caring, they're loving, they're compassionate, but at the same time, they've got balls. I remember on my first placement was on a respiratory ward. And that was my first ever placement. And at the same time, there was another student nurse. There was two. When we started, there was 3 of us, but then I think there was only 3 of us for like a week or so. But then for the most part, it was only me and this other 3rd year nursing student, and she was in her final year. And I remember one time, it was like, I think it was like in the afternoon, we were like, I wasn't preparing antibiotics. I was just watching her and one of her mentors or one of the other nurses prepare the antibiotics, and I was just kind of like stood there like chilling or whatever, because the patients were having their lunch. Protected meal times, there's not much you can do, but they were preparing antibiotics, and she was doing the antibiotics, the student nurse, 3rd year student nurse. Bear in mind, I was in 1st year, first ever placement, and she was proper like on it, like not even on it, but she was like, okay, that was done, and then she was doing some other stuff, and I was just kind of like watching her, and I was like, calm down, like it ain't that serious, like calm down. Like, I wasn't saying it to her, but in my mind I was just like, damn, like legit girl, like damn, like calm down. And like the nurse that she was with as well, they were all just like and I was just like, damn, like is it that serious? Like, is it really that serious? And yes, it is that serious, obviously, because it was my first placement, you know, probably like the first week, and I was not naive to everything, but you have to be on job. Like, you have to be on job, and you have to be, I don't want to say hard at heart, but you have to be mentally strong, because honestly, another thing I wish I knew, guys, listen to what I'm saying, another thing I wish I knew before I became a student nurse is that you are a working professional before you are anything else. Yeah, you are a working professional before you are anything else. Obviously, because we're at university, we're students, but like I said, you are a working professional before you are anything else. Like, I never knew like you would be given not that much responsibility, but I never knew you'd literally be thrown in there. At my university, we had 3 months of like theory. So we started in September, we had theory all the way till December, and then we started our first placements in January. And at my university, a lot of people dropped out around that time, because it was like, oh, you're being cuddled, you're at the university, bam, in January you don't hear anything from any of your course lecturers for how long? It's a madness. Like, I never knew like I was a working professional before anything else. I felt like that 3 months was just to give you the basics, just to prepare you. The 3 months was more like an introduction, just to say, this is the university you're affiliated with, this is how you do things, this is how you need to proceed, but really this is what you're supposed to do. Like, you're a working professional before anything else. Like, when you go into placement, people don't see you. I know you've got the badge that says student nurse, but people don't see you as a student nurse for the most part. People see you as an extra pair of hands. Same with patients as well. Yes, they know you're a student nurse. They know that you're literally at the bottom of the totem pole when it comes to, you know, the whole hierarchy in the NHS and in healthcare. But the first thing they see, before they see your student nurse badge, before they even hear you say, my name is Maria, I'm a student nurse, the first thing they see is a pair of hands. The first thing they see, not just with patients, but with other members of staff, the first thing they see is that someone that can help them. And I think that really stems from the fact that there are not enough healthcare professionals in general, on top of the fact that there are not enough nurses in general. There are some placements where I was literally just used as an extra pair of hands. So those are a handful of things that I wish I knew before I started nursing school. There are so many other things that I wish I knew, but I didn't want to make this video too long. If you enjoy this video, make sure you give this video a like. Also make sure you subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye. Yeah, it's definitely over glamorized, and I do think that nursing students are desensitized from early on.